All right, so this new overview that I've got, you can find it in live shows in game. That's liveshows. And let's see here. Can I move this out here? Yeah. So this is the live shows in here, and oh, look at that! Look at how it highlights where my mouse is. It's kind of weird. It's an interesting effect. All right, so I have the Dragon's Highsec overview and the Dragon's Null overview. And so I'm going to click on the Null overview. I haven't loaded it onto this guy yet. And so there I've loaded it on. And I want to go through and show you this stuff because it's really quite nice. And so I spent a lot of work on the overview, and really I think I unfucked the overview. because you know there's a lot of things wrong with the overviews. Anyway, this is in live shows. liveshows is the in-game channel, and then the latest versions are in here. And so anyway, let me move that back over here, and I'm using the null one. So the null one, do we have any neutrals in here? The biggest deal about the null one is that neutrals appear as orange, which if you look at this stuff here and you are you know you're trying to pay attention to local and stuff and you're in null, it's really important to see the people who have no standings. And so those people that have no standings are a threat. In Highsec they're not. So this is the difference between the two overviews. They're exactly the same, except the null one highlights anybody who does not have a standing to you in orange. And in the Highsec one, they just remain the same gray. But when they are orange, they appear much better to you. And so you can see here that in the live shows here, Opti here, I have no standing with him. Somebody watches the show, obviously, because he's here in the channel, but I have no standing with him. And so he appears orange. And that just makes it much easier to recognize when you have somebody in the system that is not friendly. And that by far is the biggest thing. So Fleet here shows you all of your friendlies. Everybody who's friendly, and different points that you might navigate to does not show stations. Tackle here, you can see, has nothing. Well, it will when there are hostiles or neutrals. Hostiles or neutrals will show up under tackle. So when the battlefield is too crazy and all you see is this huge wall of blue and purple, you can click on tackle and it will show you only the people that you should be shooting at, which is very nice. So general here is really about navigation and knowing who's around you. Blue for people in your alliance, green for people in your corp who are not in fleet, and purple for fleet. If they are in your corp and they're in fleet, they're purple. Everything is just as it says. It's got everything in here. It's got all the moons, it's got all the planets, it's got all of the stuff anchored in space, everything. And then mining here will show you, well, there's no ore right here, but it will show you the other people that are in the system, that are in the area on grid with you, plus all of the ore. And then it doesn't, you notice it doesn't have any navigation here. It just has stations because really you're not navigating gate to gate while you're mining. And then loot. So loot also shows you who else is around, and there's no loot right here. But it's really nice when you are in a site working it. You can click on the loot tab. It'll show you all the wrecks. You can easily see which ones have loot, which ones don't. You can easily see containers. And then if somebody else comes into your site, you will see them as well. So that's pretty nice. Anyway, that is the overview of the overview. The Highsec one does the same thing. The nullsec one, it shows neutrals as orange. So anyway, I spent a lot of time going through this. Every ship is listed in here. Every structure type is listed in here. Everything. So again, that's in-game channel live shows, LIVESHOWS. You can get it in there. And when I update it, I'll update the date as to when it's updated. And so you'll know if there's a new version, if we've made any revisions. Most likely the next revision will be when they add new ships or structures, something like that.